2018 Enduro bike build part 2. So this is the Enduro 29er. If you guys haven't seen the first video, there will be a link in the description for you to check out. Yeah, that goes over the bars, the fork, the shock, the seat post. But now we had some new additions. I know this bike build is going really slow, but that's just what we got. So we got these grips. We got the ODI Pro Elites. I usually run the Ergon downhill grips, but by the time I get to ride this bike, it's gonna be wet, and the Ergon grips suck in the wet. So this gives you a little bit more traction, and I've ridden these before and I really liked them, so trying them out again. We haven't got the derailleur on, but we got a shifter on. It's the XTR. Yeah, just a really crisp shifter. I will be going with the Xgr Derailleur, and that's mainly so I can adjust the clutch. I actually rode the XT Derailleur. If you guys remember the Trans VC last year, not even last year, a couple months ago, I rode the XT and the Trans VZ, and it actually shifts better than the XTR in my opinion. And it was only like 50 grams heavier, but I'm kind of going for the adjustment there because the clutches do wear out over time. And then another thing I got was the Up tool, which I heard voids your warranty on the fork, which is super sick. And this thing's actually kind of hard to pop out. But yep, there's a hole in my stem. So basically the Up tool carries your multi-tool, chain breaker, tire lever. You could stash whatever you want to stash in there. Or you could stash your CO2 in this little canister. If I could take my other hand off my phone, I could take that off to show you guys. But yeah, just an empty container, you can put whatever you like in there. And I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, there's some mastic tape in there on both ends. And that really quieted the rattle down. So I would shake this thing and it would rattle. And if you're going on the trail and that thing's rattling all about, yeah, that would not work for me. Probably like one of the most OCD bikers on the planet, and yeah, that would not be good. But yeah, we have a Shimano Saint brake line, which might be pulled out for another set of brakes, which you guys can look forward to on the next build. Something cool. It's not codes, so just guess what it is for the next video. And let me know what is your favorite brake on the market. I know there's a lot of SRAM fans. I know there's a ton of Shimano fans. I even know there's some Hope people out there as well. Magura's a little smaller crowd, but I know their MT7s are super good right now. And then, yeah, and I think there's Formula brakes, stuff like that. So let me know what you guys run. But on to the next parts. We got the Up chain guide and bash with the little orange detail. Honestly, I don't know how much more orange is going on this bike. I think the way I have it is pretty good. I think it looks really clean right now, so that might be the last orange touch. And I actually had to sand this off or cut it with a Dremel because of that. In my other video I mentioned there wasn't a third bolt there. So yeah, we sanded it off and it seems strong, doesn't flex, but hopefully the bash actually does something, because a little concerned, because unfortunately I do use the bash. Maybe it's me being a hack of a rider, I don't know. But the last thing about this part 2 bike build is the Chris King bottom bracket. And honestly, after going through like 3 bottom brackets in a season, I was pretty done with all the other bottom brackets in the market. So Chris Kings, they last the longest, and when it comes time to service them, they even make a tool so you can just straight out push the bad grease out. Super easy, or it's very easy to service them by taking off that little seal, cleaning them up, and repacking them. So this bottom bracket will last for the life of the bike. My last press fit bottom bracket, that went into 6 different frames. So I'm a big fan of Chris King, and I think it's well worth your money. The only problem is I didn't get an adapter for this one, so that's why you guys haven't seen the cranks yet, because there's no adapter. So just ordered that tonight, so that's going to delay the build a little bit. Then I'm still having a problem with wheels. I was thinking, like, I don't like carbon wheels, but I was thinking the Santa Cruz Reserve carbons, but I just couldn't get the right price on them, so that wasn't going to work for me. The DT 1501s with a 30 mil width, the EX 1501s, those come out like December, which means they really come out January, February. So yeah, I'm waiting on those, waiting on tires, and just a little update on those 2.5 Aggressor wide trails. I guess that's the problem with me saying they're coming out, because they were supposed to come out in the fall, so there's pressure to come out in the fall. They'll actually be coming out in January, and I'm pretty sure that's a hard deadline, so sorry to keep you guys waiting, but the Aggressor wide trails will be out soon. But I lost my train of thought on that. So that was my part 2 bike build, and part 3 should come up with a lot more parts. We'll have the brakes installed, we'll have the cranks installed, chainring, derailleur. Oh yeah, I was on the wheel topic. Sorry, ADD. Yeah, so I can't find what wheels, so what wheels do you guys recommend? I'm not gonna ride any of those carbon wheels that are like derbies. I don't want Specialized Revolve carbons. I don't want to break my wheels. I don't even want Envies. I'm an aluminum wheel guy, and the only reason I was gonna run the reserves is because if they're pretty much unbreakable, and if you break them, I get them shipped to my door the next day. So if I'm paying for my wheels, they will be aluminum, most likely. So what I was really looking at was the Bontrager Pro Elites, just because the deal is right. But let me know what you guys think, if you guys have any aluminum rims you really like. I don't want to go too heavy with the build. I know I was thinking of these Industry 9 G300s, I think they're called. They're their gravity rim, and those were just a little bit too heavy, plus they have a really loud hub. So yeah, in the future, hopefully those Onyx Stealth hubs with the EX511 rims from DT, that might be the perfect wheel set, but those both don't exist right now. The Onyx lightweight hubs, I know Onyx hubs exist. But yeah, that's the build, and I'll stop rambling on and let you get back to your day. My knee is doing pretty well. I can bend everything really well. Actually, I just went hiking and building trail today, so I'm active again, and I'll be on the bike in maybe 2 weeks. We'll get the first ride on this thing. So look forward to that, and yeah, again, I've said this a million times, but make sure you're subscribed and you're getting the notifications so you can keep up to date with this build. I think this is one of the coolest builds I've had, and I've had my last 2 bikes were super cool builds. So I'm really excited on this, and hope you guys are too. That didn't come out very well. I hope you guys are too. Like, I genuinely mean it. I really want people to be stoked, and I know people are like, oh my god, you just got the Firebird. But I mean, is this getting views? Like, do you guys like this? I think it keeps everything interesting and keeps it fresh and new. Let me know down in the comments if you'd rather see me not change bikes in the future, or if you want to see me keep changing bikes rapidly. All right, on that note, I'll see you guys out in the trails in 2 weeks. Peace. Hey, no, no.